Okay, let's start with a quick question. What do Netflix, Gmail, and Dropbox all have in common? I mean, you use them every day for totally different things, right? Binge watching a show, sending an email, saving a file, but there's an invisible thread connecting them all.
Yep, you guessed it, they all live in the cloud. It's this silent partner in pretty much everything you do online, the engine that's running in the background making it all happen seamlessly.
So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to pull back the curtain and demystify the cloud together. We'll break down what it really is, how it works, and then we'll take a peek at its pretty incredible future.
And here's the thing, you might not think of yourself as a cloud expert, but you kinda are. You're probably using it dozens of times a day without even giving it a second thought.
I mean, think about it. Every single time you fire up Netflix to watch a show, that video is being streamed to you from the cloud. When you're checking your Gmail or Outlook, all those emails aren't on your phone, they're stored in the cloud. And anytime you use something like Google Drive or Dropbox, that's you directly interacting with the cloud. See? It's not some far-off, complicated thing. It's right here. All right, so we're all using it constantly, but what is the cloud really? Let's get past the buzzword and nail down a clear definition.
At its most basic level, cloud computing is just delivering computing services, and that means everything from servers and storage to software and databases over the internet. So instead of owning all your own expensive hardware, you just access it from a cloud provider when you need it.
You know, there's an analogy for this that I absolutely love because it just makes it all click. Think of the cloud like your electricity. You don't own the power plant, right? You just flip a switch, use what you need, and pay a bill for it. The cloud is the exact same idea, but for computing power. Okay, so we get the basic idea, but the cloud isn't just one thing. It's more like a restaurant with a whole menu of different services. And depending on what you need, you order something different.
You'll usually hear about the big three models: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Yeah, lots of acronyms, I know, but stick with me. We're going to break them down, and it's actually pretty simple.
So let's start at the foundational layer with IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service. This is like renting the raw building blocks of computing, the virtual servers, the storage, the networking. The cloud provider manages all that physical hardware, and you get to manage your own applications and operating systems on top of it.
All right, moving up a level, we've got PaaS, Platform as a Service. This is for developers. It gives them a ready-made environment to just build their apps. The provider handles all the underlying stuff, the servers, the operating system, all of it, so the developer can just focus on their code and their data. And then there's the one we all know and love, even if we don't use the name, SaaS, or Software as a Service. These are fully baked applications you use right over the internet. Think Gmail, think Dropbox, think Netflix. You don't manage anything, you don't install anything, you just open your browser and use it. The provider handles absolutely everything. Okay, this chart right here, this is the perfect way to tie it all together. IaaS is like renting a plot of land. You get the space, but you're building the house from the ground up. PaaS is like renting a house that's already built. The foundation and walls are there, you just bring your stuff and decorate. And SaaS? Well, that's like checking into a hotel room. Everything's ready for you, you just show up and use it. Simple as that.
All right, so we've got the service models down, but where does all this stuff live? Is it just floating up in the sky? Well, not quite. This is where we get into the difference between public and private clouds.
Basically, it boils down to two main flavors. A public cloud has a shared infrastructure, open to lots of different users. It's cheaper to get started, but you have a bit less control. A private cloud, on the other hand, is dedicated to just one organization. It's a bigger investment, for sure, but you get total control and can customize it however you want.
Yeah, the public cloud is a lot like using public transportation. It's efficient, it's affordable, you share it with others, and you don't have to worry about maintaining the bus. You just pay for your ride and get where you're going. And on the flip side, the private cloud, well, that's like owning your own house. It's all yours. You have complete control, you can do whatever you want with it, but you're also on the hook for all the costs and the upkeep.
So where is all this headed? What's next for the cloud? Well, let's just say the forecast is, you guessed it, cloudy, and it's getting really, really interesting. Let's look at some of the big trends that are shaping our future right now. First off, let's talk about edge computing. This is a huge shift in thinking. Instead of sending every piece of data to a faraway central cloud to be processed, we're starting to process it closer to where it's actually created, at the edge. For things like self-driving cars that need to make split-second decisions, that tiny reduction in delay is, well, a pretty big deal.
And then, of course, there's AI and machine learning.
This is a big one. The cloud is basically democratizing access to super powerful AI tools. Now small companies, researchers, and even individuals can tap into computing power that was once reserved for huge corporations. It's fueling an explosion of innovation.
Next up, serverless computing. Now, the name is a little misleading because there are definitely still servers involved. But the point is, developers don't have to think about them at all. They can just write their code and run it, and the cloud handles all the backend server management automatically. It's a total game changer for building things fast. And hey, for a really cool, tangible example, just look at cloud gaming. You can play the latest, most graphically intense games on a cheap laptop or even your phone. How? Because a powerful computer in a data center somewhere is doing all the work and just streaming the video to you. It's making expensive gaming PCs and consoles optional.
So, the cloud has already completely changed our world. And honestly, it feels like we're just getting started. As all these trends get bigger and blend together, our world is just going to get more and more connected. The real question is, what's it going to change next?